Hey there, market watchers. Ready for today's lineup? We're spotlighting the stocks generating buzz through major deals, unexpected earnings, and significant investments this April 15th. Let's dive right into the companies making waves today.
Sounds good. We've got quite a few interesting stories to unpack, so let's get started with our first company.
Alright. First up, we have Transrail Lighting Limited. They secured new orders worth 1,085 crore rupees in the domestic market. That sounds like a pretty big deal, right?
Absolutely. Especially since these orders are in their core T&D segment, which is transmission and distribution. It really reinforces their position. It's like a baker getting a huge order for their signature cake.
That's a good analogy. So, should we be keeping an eye on Transrail?
Definitely. With a global presence in 59 countries, these new domestic orders could signal even stronger growth in the future.
Okay, next up is Indian Hotels Company, IHCL. I see here they are planning to expand with 100 new locations in financial year 2025. Wow, that's ambitious.
Yeah, it's quite a jump. It's like a restaurant chain suddenly deciding to double its number of locations. They've got 74 new hotel signings and expect 26 openings.
And the Ginger brand is hitting 100 hotels, and Vivanta is past 50. That's some serious growth. Is there any international expansion as well?
Yes, they're expanding into Bahrain and Ras Al Khaimah with over 800 keys. Plus, the 26 new hotel openings are expected to create over 2,500 direct jobs.
That's fantastic. Alright, moving on, we have Greaves Cotton Limited. They've appointed a new managing director and group CEO, Parag Satpute, effective April 14, 2025.
Correct. He'll be overseeing a lot, including Greaves Engineering, Retail, Technologies, and Excel Control Linkage. He's got a diverse background, having worked at Bridgestone and Sandvik, so it'll be interesting to see what changes he brings.
And Dr. Arup Basu is resigning effective May 9, 2025, right? What's the bigger picture here?
Well, the company aims to impact 1 billion lives by 2030 with a digital ecosystem. Satpute's appointment seems strategic to drive that digital integration and growth. I mean, it is not every day that a company aims to change 1 billion lives by becoming digitally integrated.
Interesting. Okay, let's look at Mankind Pharma Limited. It looks like their board is approving a structural integration committee for Bharat Serum's integration. What does that even mean?
Well, basically, they're figuring out how to best combine Bharat Serums into their operations. Also, they plan to incorporate a wholly owned subsidiary in Russia for Bharat Serum's distribution with a $5 million investment and another in India for CSR activities with 5 lakh rupees investment.
Russia. Huh? That's a big move. So it seems like they're streamlining and expanding at the same time?
Precisely, they're setting up a clear structure for the future, which is worth noting. Now, just a reminder, folks, disclaimer, we advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions.
Right. Always do your homework. Okay, let's check out Nibe Limited. Their subsidiary, Nibe Space, is registered as a data disseminator by IN-Space.
Yes, this means they can now disseminate Earth observation data with a GST greater than 30 centimeters. It's kind of like getting a license to broadcast satellite images.
So they're officially recognized to distribute space-based data?
Exactly. Nibe Space focuses on satellite-based data services and geospatial analytics, so this registration aligns perfectly with their business.
Alright, let's move on to Macrotech Developers Limited. It looks like they've resolved a dispute with House of Abhinandan Lodha. I'm curious about this.
Yes, Macrotech retains exclusive rights to Lodha and Lodha Group. Abhinandan Lodha owns House of Abhinandan Lodha, and the clarification states there is no connection between the entities.
So it's all about clarifying brand ownership. It seems like they were protecting their brand.
Precisely. Brand clarity is essential for avoiding confusion in the market. Now is a great time to remind our viewers to like, share and subscribe.
Great point. Now let's see, next we've got Russell Decor Limited. Oh, it sounds like there was a fire at their Achyutapuram MDF plant.
Yes, unfortunately the estimated loss is up to 7 crore rupees and production is halted for 4 to 6 weeks.
That's rough. So definitely some short-term disruption. Is there any good news here?
Well, the damage is covered by insurance, which is a relief. But definitely something to keep in mind regarding potential delays.
Okay, Renaissance Global Limited is next. It looks like their Bhavnagar, Gujarat unit's operations are closing on April 15, 2025.
That's correct. However, they are rebalancing the manufacturing capacities to align with their current product mix. It contributed around 10% to turnover, but also around 24% of the net worth for 2023 to 2024.
It is also worth noting that Mr. Darshil Shah and his family are included as promoters of the company, effective April 14, 2025. So, a bit of a mixed bag for Renaissance Global then it seems.
It is. And finally, let's look at Viji Finance Limited.
Alright, what's the buzz with Viji Finance?
Well, their audited financial results for the quarter and year ended March 31, 2025 have been approved. The auditor's report contains no modified opinions or qualifications. That's always a good sign, right?
Definitely. And it looks like revenue and net profit both increased. That's positive news.
Yeah, revenue from operations increased from 192.50 lakh to 232.51 lakh, and net profit increased from 12.02 lakh to 16.87 lakh. A solid performance overall.
Well, that wraps up our look at the stocks in news for today, April 15th. Thanks for breaking it all down.
No problem. Always a pleasure. Until next time, happy investing.